All you can do is just take things one day at a time, and we still have a lot of fight left in us, and I think that showed in our practices. We just gotta translate that to the game, and we're ready to play another game.
Because you're 5-4 at the league turn, which is exactly what you were last year, kind of a natural tendency to compare the two situations. How would you maybe see it, looking to what you guys were at last year and how you finished? What might be in store this year?
Yeah, you know, one thing I think is similar to last year is that no one's going sideways. Everyone's still together in this thing. We feel like we still have a lot to prove, and we've got a lot left in our tank. And so everyone in that locker room still believes in what we're doing. So we're just going to keep fighting every single day.
How much urgency has been introduced into the equation since losing last weekend?
Well, I think naturally when you lose a game like that, it makes you a little bit more urgent. And but you know, like you said, last year we were in the same spot, and guys just kept fighting and fighting, and you don't know where it's going to land at the end of the season. But you just got to get better each day and keep fighting and control the things that you can control.
Wearing on you guys at all, you drop. I mean, every game you've lost has been pretty close. Is that starting to grind on you guys at all?
Yeah, it is disappointing in a way, because we know that we could have won all those games, but we know that we're going to get in situations like that again, and so we got to figure out how to overcome those close situations. And but you know, like I said, we're still in this thing, and we're going to keep fighting.
What does it take to do that, to figure out how to overcome, you know, being in those situations?
I think we got to figure out how to not get in those situations. I mean, I feel like we lose those games not right at the end, but we lose them throughout the game. We got to figure out how to play more consistently and play harder for 40 minutes. I feel like a lot of times we're on top of it, and then we'll go through little lapses on defense or in our effort, and we got to be perfect in our effort, and that's some of the things the guys have been talking about this week and our coaches have been talking about, and we want to have a perfect effort for 40 minutes.
You do that and the other team does that, it could still come down to being, you know, one possession game in the final minute type of thing. What do you have to do mentally to be ready for a situation like that?
For sure. I think when you play really hard for 40 minutes and you get down to that situation, it's you're just going to do everything in your power to win. Nothing else matters. Nothing else is in your mind. And so we're trying to get our minds right and be ready to put together that 40 minutes. So, you know, our minds are right at the end of the game. Everyone's fighting together to get that thing done.
How bad do you want to have another chance of, you know, a shot or those types of shots to tie a game or win a game late?
Yeah, I work hard for those situations and definitely want that shot.
Ty, a lot's been made lately of air pressure in footballs. You probably know. What about basketballs? Do you notice a difference? Because you guys use Nike balls here and on the road, whichever team you play chooses. Do you notice that at all, or is it basketball?
At the end of the day, when you roll it out there, basketball is a basketball, and it's just about putting it in the hoop. But I mean, our league has made it so each team can choose their own ball, and so each team rolls a different ball out there, but you just got to go play and figure out how to win.
Tyler, Danny Ainge is a busy guy, but has he reached out to you at all? Take it easy in my two spot there.
I haven't talked to Danny yet this season, but he's reached out before and given me pointers and talked to me a little bit, and talked to him in the summer, and so he's a great guy, and I know that he's a big Cougar fan.
How do you guys have a lot of success against USF and Santa Clara on the road trip? How does that play into preparation this time?
Well, we know they're going to come in fighting. They're going to come in hungry because we did beat them by a bigger margin, and so we're going to expect a fight. But I think our team's ready for that fight, and we're hungry to get back out on the court and get back home, play in front of our fans, and we're just ready for another game.
Does that give you more confidence knowing how successful you were against these teams, or do you try to put that out of your mind and just prepare for this?
Yeah, you kind of just put it out of your mind and prepare for this game, because each team is changing and rotations are changing, and guys are playing different. Different guys are shooting the ball better, and so you just got to focus on what you're doing, know their tendencies, know what they want to do, but just go play as hard as you can, and that's what we're trying to do.
Guys did go 8-1 in the back half last year, helped get you into the NCAA tournament. Have you thought about that? Has it been brought up at all in terms of there's still a lot of things available to us if we, turn it on kind of like you did last year?
Yeah, no, we've referred back to last year. We know that we still got a chance, but we have to have the right mindset, and we have to be ready to play our butts off each day in practice and each game, because there's not a lot of margin for error.
What's the biggest thing defensively to fix? Just there were defensive lapses in that last game. You guys what do you see that this team has to do to fix those?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about communication this week. We do throw a smaller lineup out there a lot of times, and so communication is definitely a big key for us out there. So we're just playing defense together, and not so much one-on-one, but we've worked on that this week, and hopefully we can transfer that to the game.
Sometimes this is referred to as the start of a new season because it's the back half. How much emphasis do you put into starting the back half of West Coast Conference play as a new beginning?
Gosh, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like a new beginning right now. But guys are hungry, and the last two games have definitely hurt. And we've had a lot of team meetings, and we've addressed a lot, talked about a lot of different things, and talked about different weaknesses and ways that we can get better. And so, I don't know. There's still a lot of season left, but we haven't forgotten what's happened, and hopefully we can use that as motivation, and we can learn from things that we haven't done in the past.